What's going on YouTube? KoD here bringing you another episode of KoD Talks. Hope you're having a good Tuesday, had a good weekend. Looking forward to Memorial Day weekend coming up. Got that 3-day weekend coming up. It's going to be real nice. Me and Faz and Bunny are actually going to be going to see Tech 9 this week coming up. So that's going to be fucking awesome. And then got a 3-day weekend after that. Just, it's going to be a good week. So I'm in a pretty good mood, and I was watching a documentary this last weekend, or maybe it was on YouTube. It was something I was watching, and they were talking about the future. So it gave me the idea. So let's go ahead and get started into it. Today, we're talking about the future. A lot of people don't understand that we live in the future. It's time. All right, time is a concept, and it's all relative. It really matters where your place in time is, depends on what your concept of past and present future are going to be. But if you think about it, 100 years ago, they didn't have any of the technology that we have today. Most people were shitting in a hole. Electricity was just starting to become a thing. A lot of people still lived by candlelight. There was a few people that, had electricity, but not the whole country. Telephones were still relatively new. Nothing like what we have now with smartphones that we can carry in our pockets that have access to all of the world's information on it. Just think about that for a second. Just let that sink in. That just 100 years ago. Now, people have been on this earth for millions of years. I don't know the exact thing. I don't know. I'm not a paleontologist. I don't really study anything like that. But, people have been around for a long fucking time. And just in the past 100, 150 years, 200 years tops, we have just skyrocketed in technology. It has just blown up into this huge bubble. And we've got smartphones in our pockets where we can access Google, which Google has access to just about everything that's ever to be known ever in the world. If you want to learn how to do something, now you don't have to go to a person to teach you. You can go on fucking YouTube and teach yourself. What I'm recording with right now, my setup recording, I have a computer that 50 years ago, when computers were first being developed, in the 60s, 70s, when they were first being developed, a computer with as much processing power as the one that I'm using right now has, that computer would have been the size of fucking 10 houses. Like, it would have been ridiculous. Floppy disks. Most of you kids, if you're listening, won't even know what the hell that is. But floppy disks used to be able to only hold 128 megabytes. Now there's a chip that I can put in my phone. Also, again, back to the smartphone thing, but I can put this chip in my phone. It's about the size of my pinky nail. It's got 32 gigabytes of storage on it. I can buy terabytes of storage for movies and music and pictures and whatever the hell I want. But if they wanted that kind of storage capability 50 years ago, it would have taken the size of a New York City block. It's crazy to me to think about how far we've come in such a short amount of time. Think about the car you drive. You get in your car, you push a button, it starts. You hook your smartphone up to the car via Bluetooth. No wires, no nothing. Maybe a charging wire if you're feeling antsy and your phone's dying. But then you can select whatever music you want to listen to, from whatever artist you want to listen to, from whatever genre you want to listen to, and have it stream instantly to your phone and play through your car speakers. 100 years ago, they didn't have speakers in their car. They didn't have a radio. They had to crank the engine to start it. You topped out at 15 miles an hour, 20 if you were lucky. You got 8 miles to the fucking gallon. And they thought that was like the craziest shit in the world. They thought that was the biggest thing in the world. And now we take it for granted because we live in the future. So what they were dreaming of for their future, with cars specifically, we achieved and then surpassed. Not only did we increase gas mileage, put speakers in cars, allow you to travel with your audio whenever you want, put windows in that reduce sound, better tires on it, everything, the suspension. But now we've got electric cars that you don't even need to fucking burn gas for. You plug the goddamn thing in, you unplug it, you drive away. Like, it just boggles my mind in how far we've come in the past 100 years. Back to smartphones. You have the access to everything you want. Plus, you can play video games on it. You can make phone calls on it. You can text message, which nobody makes phone calls anymore. Why would you want to talk on the phone when you can text it to them? You can FaceTime with your phone where you can actually just video chat with somebody and see them in real time on their phone, sitting in their room, doing what you're doing. Absolutely nothing. And that's where it scares me, is the fact that we have developed so much so quickly that it's just becoming second nature to us, and nothing really wows us anymore. Nothing really surprises us. And, that the technology's there, and we just all figure that there's going to be somebody smarter than us that can continue to develop these things. And we rely on them more and more and more. If somebody asks me a question that I don't know the answer to, I don't sit there and rack my brain, even though I know I've heard that information before. I don't sit there and rack my brain and think about it until I remember the answer. I look it up on my phone, or I look it up on the computer. So, as humans, we're retaining less and less information because we don't need to retain it, because we have unlimited access to it. And I think that's going to cause the bubble to pop. I think we're going to turn into a society like you would see in the movie Idiocracy, where the technology kept growing to a point where people didn't need to do anything for themselves anymore. And they just became idiots. And then the technology started failing and nobody could fix it. And I think that's the way that our society's going to go. But for now, I'm going to sit here and enjoy my 47-inch flat screen TV with an Xbox One hooked up to it so I can communicate with friends all over the world and call them pieces of shit over the internet, because that's fun and that's what I like to do. But this video is getting ready to wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about what's going to be our future, the future that we live in now. I don't know, just let me know. And until next time, I'm KoD F0ot. Later.